You wake up, you go to work, you get paid, and then, almost like clockwork, the money disappears. Rent, car payment, groceries, subscriptions you forgot you had. And at the end of the month, you look at your bank account and think, I make decent money, so why does it feel like I'm going nowhere? If that hits a little too close to home, this video is for you. Because here's what nobody tells you. The average American earns $59,000 a year. That is more than enough to build serious, life-changing wealth. But 78% of Americans are still living paycheck to paycheck. Not because they don't earn enough, because nobody ever showed them the actual path. Today, we're going to change that. This is not theory. This is not a motivational speech. This is the exact roadmap, built on real numbers, real accounts, real US tools, that anyone earning an average salary can follow starting this month. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will see your financial future completely differently. Now, before we get into the steps, I need to address something. You've probably watched finance videos before. Invest in index funds, cut your coffee, live below your means. You already know the basics, and yet, the needle hasn't moved much, has it? That's because most finance content gives you ingredients, but no recipe. What you're going to get today is different. We're going to build this from the ground up, starting from where you actually are right now, not where some millionaire guru thinks you should be. No inheritance needed, no six-figure salary required. We're talking about someone earning $50,000 to $70,000 a year, which covers the majority of working Americans between 25 and 40. And we're going to show you exactly how that salary, managed the right way, can build $500,000 to over $1 million in net worth within your working lifetime. The math is not complicated, but the sequence matters. So let's start at the beginning. Here's the uncomfortable truth that most people discover too late. A salary raise by itself will almost never make you wealthy. In fact, studies show that as Americans earn more, their spending increases at nearly the same rate. Economists call this lifestyle inflation. Most people just call it normal life. You get a raise, you upgrade your car, you move to a better apartment, you eat out a little more, you feel like you're doing better, and technically you are. But your wealth, the actual gap between what you own and what you owe, barely moves. Think about it this way. Two people, same city, same job, same $60,000 salary. Person A spends $55,000, saves $5,000, keeps it in a savings account earning 0.5% interest. Person B spends $50,000, saves $10,000, and invests it. After 25 years, person A has maybe $140,000 saved, barely enough to retire on. Person B, with an average S&P 500 return of 10% annually, has over $1,083,000. Same salary, same 25 years, $943,000 difference, one decision, one habit, nearly $1 million apart. That is the wealth gap hiding inside your average American salary. So the question is never how much you earn. The question is always, what system do you run your money through? Let's build yours right now. Step 1 is the step most people skip, and it's the reason everything else falls apart. You need to know your real monthly number, not your gross salary, not your take-home, your actual deployable income, what's left after every fixed bill is paid. Here's a simple formula. Take your monthly take-home pay, subtract your rent or mortgage, subtract your car payment and insurance, subtract your minimum debt payments, subtract your phone, utilities, and subscriptions. What's left? That is your wealth-building fuel. For someone earning $60,000 a year, after taxes, that's roughly $4,200 per month take-home. After average fixed expenses, roughly $1,200 to $1,800 per month remains. That might sound like a lot or a little, depending on where you are. But even $800 a month, invested consistently changes everything. And we'll prove that in just a moment. But before a single dollar goes into investing, you need a foundation. And that foundation is an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. For the average American, That's roughly $9,000 to $18,000 sitting in a high-yield savings account, not a regular checking account, not under your mattress. Right now, in 2026, high-yield savings accounts are offering 4% to 5% APY. That means your emergency fund is actually working while it waits. Fidelity, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, Ally Bank, all solid options. Here's why this step cannot be skipped. Without an emergency fund, every market dip becomes a personal crisis. Your car breaks down, a medical bill hits, and suddenly you're selling your investments at the worst possible time. When the market is down, the emergency fund is not boring. It is the unlock that lets everything else work. Get this in place first, then we move. Now here's where most people lose thousands of dollars every single year without even realizing it. If your employer offers a 401k match, and many do, this is the first place your investment money goes. Period. Non-negotiable. Here's why. The average employer match is 50% up to 6% of your salary. On a $60,000 salary, that means if you contribute $3,600 per year, your employer adds $1,800 for free. That is an instant 50% return before the market even moves. No investment on earth, no stock, no crypto, no real estate deal gives you a guaranteed 50% return on day one. Always capture the full employer match. Always. If your employer does not offer a match or you're self-employed, that's okay. We move straight to the next step. But if this option exists for you and you're not using it, you are leaving free money on the table every single month. After your 401k match, the next account you open is a Roth IRA. And if you've never heard of a Roth IRA, pay very close attention right now, because this might be the single most powerful tax-free wealth tool available to the average American. Here's how it works. You contribute after-tax dollars today, meaning you've already paid tax on this money. It grows completely tax-free inside the account. And when you withdraw it in retirement, you pay zero taxes on any of it. Not on the growth, not on the gains. Zero. In 2026, you can contribute up to $7,000 per year. That is $583 per month to a Roth IRA. You can open one at Fidelity or Vanguard in about 15 minutes online. And then, this is critical, inside that Roth IRA, you buy VOO. VO is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. It tracks the 500 largest American companies. It has a historical average return of roughly 10% per year over the long term. You are not picking stocks. You are not gambling. You are buying a small piece of every major American company and letting America's economy build your wealth. Let's look at the math on this. You're 28 years old, you invest $583 per month into a Roth IRA, buying VOO every single month. By the time you're 58, 30 years later, at a 10% average annual return, you have over $1.2 million. Tax-free. Not taxed when you take it out. Not taxed on the gains. The full $1.2 million, yours. That is what $583 a month, less than the cost of a car payment for most Americans, does over 30 years inside a Roth IRA. And this is why starting in your 20s or early 30s is not just smart. It is the difference between retiring comfortably and working until your body gives out. Once you are maxing your Roth IRA, the next move is a standard taxable brokerage account. Same approach. Buy VOO or VTI, the total U.S. market ETF, every single month. Rain or shine, market up, market down, you buy. This is called dollar cost averaging, and it removes the single biggest mistake investors make, which is trying to time the market. Nobody times the market consistently, not professionals, not hedge funds, not the people on financial Twitter telling you they did. Time in the market beats timing the market every single time. Now here's where the math gets genuinely exciting. If you are hitting your 401k match, maxing your Roth IRA, and putting just $300 per month into a brokerage account, on our $60,000 salary example, you are investing roughly $1,400 per month total. Over 25 years at 10% average returns. That becomes $1,831,000, nearly $2 million. on a $60,000 salary. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a get-wealthy-slowly system that actually works. And there is one final step that nobody in finance talks about because it is not exciting, but skipping it destroys everything else. Protect the machine. You have built a wealth system. Now you need to make sure one bad event does not wipe it out. That means term life insurance if you have dependents. It is remarkably cheap in your 20s and 30s and essential if something happens to you. That means disability insurance, because your biggest financial asset is not your portfolio. It is your ability to earn income. And that means a quarterly check-in on your accounts. Not daily, not obsessively, just once every 3 months. Look at where you are, rebalance if needed, make sure the system is still running. The people who build wealth on average salaries do not do anything exotic. They build the system, they protect it, and they let time do the heavy lifting. Now let's put this all together and make it real. Meet Alex, 28 years old, earns $60,000 a year in a regular job. No inheritance, no trust fund, no viral side hustle, just a salary and a system. At 28, Alex builds a $12,000 emergency fund in a high-yield savings account. Gets it done in 14 months by cutting $850 a month from the budget. Nothing dramatic, just intentional. At 29, Alex starts contributing 6% to the 401k, capturing the full employer match. Opens a Roth IRA at Fidelity. Buys VOO automatically every month. Total monthly investment is $900. Life still feels normal. The sacrifice is real but manageable. By 33, Alex's net worth crosses $75,000. Something starts to feel different. Calmer, more confident, less panicked when an unexpected bill shows up. By 38, net worth crosses $200,000. Alex gets a few salary increases over the years and bumps the monthly investment to $1,200. And here is where something remarkable happens. The compound interest is now adding more to the account every month than Alex's own contributions. The money is working harder than Alex is. By 45, net worth crosses $500,000. Alex is not rich by social media standards. There is no yacht, no mansion. But Alex has something most people will never have: complete financial options. The ability to walk away from a bad job. The ability to say yes to an opportunity without panicking about money. The ability to sleep at night. By 58, Alex's net worth sits between $1.4 and $1.8 million, depending on salary growth and market performance. Fully retirement ready. Tax-free income from the Roth IRA. And a life that was built not on luck, not on a massive salary, but on a system started at 28. That just quietly ran in the background for 30 years. Same salary most people had, same city, same life, different system. That is the entire story of building wealth on an average American salary. It is not a mystery. It is not reserved for the fortunate few. It is a sequence of decisions made consistently over time. So here is what you do this week. Not next month, not after your next raise, this week. First, calculate your deployable income. Sit down, run the numbers, and know your real monthly fuel. Second, if you do not have an emergency fund, open a high-yield savings account today. Fidelity, Ally, Marcus, pick one and start building it. Third, log into your HR portal and confirm your 401k match. If you are not capturing the full match, increase your contribution today. It takes 5 minutes. Fourth, go to fidelity.com or vanguard.com and open a Roth IRA. Set up a monthly automatic contribution, even if it is $100 to start. Just start. Fifth, inside that Roth IRA, buy VOO. Set it to auto-invest every month and then leave it alone and let compounding do what it does. Wealth is not built in a day, but it is started in a day. The average American salary, $59,000 a year, is not a limitation. It never was. It is a launching pad. Every single step in this video is available to you right now. The accounts exist. The tools exist. The math is proven. The only variable is whether you decide that today is the day you actually start. If this video gave you a clearer picture of what your financial future can look like, hit the like button. It helps more people in the same situation find this content. Subscribe to Wealthmap, because every week we break down the real numbers behind building wealth in America. No fluff, no gimmicks, just what actually works. Drop a comment below and tell me where you are in your journey. Are you just getting started? Already investing? Somewhere in between? I read every single one. The path is clear. The math is on your side. Now go take the first step.